We don't want cheap. We will pay up for quality.
Yeah, I would rather pay more for better
Yeah,
than pay less for something that's gonna fall apart for sure.
I'm telling you,
And I feel like when the older you get, the more you get that realization. Like when you're younger and in your 20s, you're like, whatever, it's fine. But you know, you hit your 30s and
yeah, we don't want cheap. We don't want cheap.
good
Quality, please.
quality.
Trust me, there's a market, there's a demographic for quality items. And I think a lot of you people who are in trade and production and manufacturing, a lot of people tend to just go for the cheaper products. Trust me, there's a niche market for people that will pay up for quality items.
Yeah, quality materials too.
Yeah. So, but it made in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, but the material was from Aba. We actually ended up sending the shoemaker. We found the shoemaker in Uyo. We sent the shoemaker to Aba to go and buy the materials that they needed. So I got some for myself. We were actually thinking about selling them, but because of the poor quality, we have some listed on our website too, but the sole is going to come off. If you don't take it and get it redone here abroad, the sole is going to come off. Yeah. So there's definitely the shoes you're talking about. Is it African shoes? Now this is pure Niger, pure sandals that people wear normally with native. You see, we have the quality leather. The person who sourced it sourced quality, but it's just the craftsmanship was off. Like I think the glue that he used, the glue that he used for the sole, he didn't. We don't know where he got that. I think he used like maybe local glue or something was what they used.
Because everything else stayed together. It's just the heel came off. The shoe just
yeah. I mean, I can still keep wearing it, but I have to take it to a shoe cobbler to get it redone. But I just don't have that time, so I just put it away altogether. But the girls, Nelly wore Jeanette's the other day.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you stopped wearing yours because the heel broke. I didn't know that.
Heel broke on it. Yes, you did. I told you.
I don't remember. It's been a couple of years. Did you throw it away? Did you throw them away?
Probably.
You see, the thing is, you guys have to realize time is of the essence. When I'm in Nigeria and I'm sourcing time, I think the guy had maybe a week to manufacture the shoes. Because what he had, I didn't like. So I said, okay, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it right. So we ended up hiring him for labor, and then we paid him to go to Aba and buy the materials. And even this mass production stuff, we've had situations where we've hired people, we've approved the prototype, and they still went ahead and did something different.
I know, that's so it baffles my mind when people do that. They like, this is how we're gonna make it, and then they send something that
totally different.
It doesn't do like
after you've approved the prototype. Think about this for a second. You hire somebody to make something for you. You tell them the prototype that you want. They design the exact prototype. You approve the prototype, meaning you sign off, and they still will produce something else. And then they'll tell you, bros, I just had an idea and I thought maybe you like this style better.
I wanted to be creative.
So you can be creative with your own money, but you can't be creative with my money.
Esther says proper communication is a factor. I think sometimes these guys make stuff for different classes. If you communicate your expectations properly to the manufacturers, they
could give you what you want.
And I think that's part of the things that we've been learning too is like, because we will tell them exactly what we want, and I'm thinking about the cane. I don't know if that's what you're thinking about, but
the cane, the stick, the turning sticks.
The turning stick, and we set them very clear, like, this is what we want. And then they came back and said, "Oh, I wanted to change it a little bit." I'm like, no, we didn't ask you to change
I'm telling you,
And so
Esther.
we're learning that we have to be very explicit and be like, no going outside of we want. It's been a learning curve for sure. It's like you have to be extra specific and extra like, no, this is it. And you will not do anything else because that's not what we want. And if we want you to be creative, we will tell you that. Like, but
Um,
it's definitely been a learning curve for sure.
Esther, I'm telling you, approved prototype. They still went and did something else.
Yeah. For both of those.
It just happened with our turning stick that we manufacture, our kitchenware, kitchen accessory. We gave this guy dimensions, the exact design, photorealistic design. This man still went and produced something different.
And there are really good producers. Our turning stick, our carver is great. He's done a phenomenal job. So we're not trying to like, go up. But and our cane guy who was carving our canes, they are excellent. They are excellent producers. It's just funny when they do something different and expect us to just be okay with it when that's not what we hired them to do. So they check themselves and we should and so it is a team basis for sure. So we're not, they are excellent. You don't want to get that.
You see, the local people, we know that they mean well. Don't get me wrong. We know that they mean well, but not at the expense and not at the budget of the clients. Like if you want to impress me with another design, do that with your own money and with your own time. But if I've given you something and we've agreed on a prototype and we say, okay, this is exactly what we want. We want you see this prototype that I'm giving you, I want you to make 500 of them the exact way. They will still find a way to carry their own creativity inside, which causes a headache for me because the thing about here is when you have a product, let's say I'm making this decanter and I'm selling this decanter here in the US, everyone has to be the same height, width, length, the same design, everyone.